Alrighty, throw out my decoy. That way I could take aggro first. Alright, decoy got the aggro. I'm gonna start doing my work. Send out a pulse. Changa got melted. That was his name, Changa too. Did I just respawn again? Why are the Turmoil Kneepads so popular? Because clapping 2 cheeks is better than 1, in my case, none. I just dissed myself. Haha, D.a.g joke of the day. What is going on, D.a.Gs? If you're new to the channel, welcome to d.a.g Gaming. I'm your host, Nox, where my favorite thing to do is respawn, and it's not because I'm good. For this build video, I'm going to showcase 3 Pestilence builds for the people who didn't get the Turmoil Kneepads. Unfortunately, the Turmoil Kneepads were a limited time drop during the April Fool's event, and if you didn't get them, you're probably not going to get them anytime soon, similar with the Lexington AR. I personally like the Turmoil Kneepads. They're very powerful when you pair them up with amplified damage sources. You can check out how they work in more detailed explanation on them in my other videos. I'm especially running the Turmoil Kneepads on my Bewilder play build, and if you didn't see that video, definitely check it out. It's a very strong build. But I'm actually going to showcase 3 Pestilence builds without the Turmoil Kneepads. I'm going to showcase one that's easy to put together and has lots of survivability for new agents. Another one that's going to be a little bit harder to farm for, but it's going to do a lot more damage. And lastly, I'm going to showcase the Pestilence builds that I personally run when I'm not using the Turmoil Kneepads. And with those 3 builds, they're all going to have different play styles, so I'm going to kind of showcase them how they are with some open world activities. The first 2 builds are going to be more for playing solo in the open world, and the build that I personally run, you could take into legendaries and any type of mission that you want to do, and you can play in full squads and still melt the enemies. In a quick current events, the Brooklyn activation is still going on. And we also have Kinley College, which is open. And I do have a farm guide for the Kinley College if you're interested. And we do have Reanimated upcoming, which is my favorite event. And before we get into the 3 builds, I'm just going to go over this really quick so you're not lost in the sauce with the choices I made with the skills and the specializations. If you look at the unstoppable tier of Rogue Momentum, you see that it says skill overcharged, which means it doesn't matter how many skill tiers you have. Once you are in the unstoppable tier and your skills are overcharged, you're going to instantly benefit from the overcharged buffs. And additionally, some overcharged skills have extra effects. For example, Paul to supply weakness exploit. And I also have my critical hit chance set up to work with the blacklisted mark enemies, because when you take out a blacklisted mark enemies, you get a 15-second buff that gives you 10% critical hit chance and 10% weapon handling. Alright, D.a.G, let's get right into it. So I'm rocking that easy to put together Pestilence build with all the armor regen and armor on kill. This is if you want to, be tanky and not worry about dying too often. You're not going to hit as hard, but you're definitely not going to die as easily. You know what? We could pop our overdrive. Throw out a decoy, and hopefully the decoy is going to take all the aggro. Start shooting up the reds, get our bloodsucker stacked up, that way our intimidate procs. You can see it's pretty safe playing like this. Even if you get shot a little bit, it's not going to be the end of the world. Keep pulsing them to get the amplified damage proc on them. Like, I'm getting shot right now. Definitely not the tankiest build, so if you're getting shot by multiple people, you're going to definitely feel it. All you gotta do is shoot a couple of them, get your armor on kill, get procced up. You got the armor regen going. Definitely hurts. Like, you definitely don't want to run around the map like this and get shot. I'm just showing you for, for your own reference. Keep pulsing, applying that amplified damage, setting them on fire, getting some momentum. You can see I'm able to kind of run around the map more freely. Give them a little pulse, set them on fire, do some more amplified damage to them. Definitely not the hardest hitting Pestilence build out there, but it definitely could take a beating. Especially, and you do some damage when you get your intimidate going off as well. Like, look, you could tank one person pretty easily, like just shooting me. Not too bad. Alrighty, let's get the next wave. Where are they coming? There they are. Send out your pulse. You're still going to do plenty of damage if you're playing solo. You might not be able to kill them as fast if you're in a group play, so just keep that in mind. But this build right here is plenty fine for playing solo. Now let's do a bounty real quick, see how the bounty performs. Got this heroic bounty right here.
Target is near you, Agent.
Give them a quick pulse off the rip. Ooh. Dude did not want to come out of cover. Get him, Pestilence. Oh, she's hiding. Throw out your decoy once you're overcharged. Ooh, look at all that bonus armor I got. Lovely. So you definitely don't have to worry about dying really fast with this loadout, that's for sure. Give them a pulse. That way you do amplified damage with weakness exploit. Oh, oh, she's pressing me. Got her anyways. Next wave. Throw out the decoy when it's back off cooldown. No, I'm gonna shoot her little cart when it comes out. That way I don't have to run over there. Give them a pulse again. Shoot their weak points. That way they don't get to scatter as much. Alright, here comes the real test of Chunga. I'm gonna take out these frenzy guys first. Where's the other name guy going? He's like going on a freaking adventure over there. Oop, I'm out of ammo. Whip out that trusty shotgun. Let me throw the decoy right by him. And the cool thing about the decoy is when they target it, they get pulsed as well. So you can set up microwave coils that way. Give them a quick pulse. And boom, just like that, we're done. That was the quick gameplay for this loadout. I have the gunner specialization. Got the pestilence. I have the mop over here as well, for in case I need to get some more armor on kill if I'm low. TDI card custom, but you can put whatever pistol you want. And then for the pieces, they're fairly easy to farm. You're able to just run like one countdown and pretty much get everything you need. Or just do some open world targeted loot farming. Summit works as well. For the mask, I got the Night Watcher with critical hit damage and 100% pulse haste. For the backpack, I have another Gila Guard that comes double crit, and I have Bloodsucker on it. Chest piece is Bellstone, double crit with the talent Intimidate. For the gloves, I have the Contractor's Gloves. For the holster, I have another piece of the Bellstone, double crit. And finally, for the Kneepads, I have my final piece of Gila Guard, double crit as well. And for the skills, I'm running the Scanner Pulse and the Decoy. If you're new to the game, this build is pretty easy to put together. You just gotta do a little bit of targeted loot farming. The Pestilence is probably going to be the hardest thing for you to get. Modifiers is Overdrive, Microwave Coils, Reaper Scan, and Critical Momentum. And here's a quick look at the stats, and here's the defensive stats. This Pestilence build is if you want to do more damage, but you don't really want to run around the map too often. You want the enemies to come to you, so you want to go to like one little spot and perch up over there and take them all out like one by one. You're going to do a lot more damage, but you're going to be a lot more squishier than the armor regen build that I put together really quickly. And some of the pieces are definitely a little bit hard to find. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over here somewhere where we're nice and high and we can see all the enemies where they spawn. And this build is really good for doing control points. Let me set up my microwave coils, set up overdrive, throw out my decoy, and I'll start working on them. And I'm just going to stay in this one spot this whole time. And then just let them all come to me. You can see I'm melting them a lot quicker than with the armor regen build that you just saw. Pestilence stacks are ticking a lot higher as well. Kind of just look behind you, make sure nobody's rolling up on you too. Because you definitely cannot take as many shots as the other builds. Guys trying to roll up on me, I got you. Named enemy, I got you too. Look at the Pestilence go. This guy too. I'm not going to even shoot him. Alrighty. And with this loadout, you don't want to shoot the flare right away. You want to come over here, pick up ammo and stuff like that. That way you can set up for the next wave. But as always, you can play the game how you like. It's just a recommendation. And for this control point, a good spot to go to is going to be right up here. You can see them coming out there, up ahead, and then over here. So let's go ahead and shoot the flare. And let's see where they come out of first. Not there, not there, over here. Oh, there they are, across the map. Start spraying and praying, building up those pestilence stacks so they can do the job for you. All right, we got a good amount of pestilence stacks on them. Now watch them do the rest of the work for us if we want. Oh, that one's over. That one's frenzy, so he might out heal the pestilence ticks. But you can see I'm staying in one spot, not moving around. I'm just letting them come to me. Nice and easy gameplay. Got that one. Where's the next wave? There they are. As long as you can kill them before they get too close, you don't have to worry about getting shot.
Reinforcements in place.
All right, let me send my scouter over there. That way you can pulse them. You know what? They're starting to get close. Let me throw out my decoy. Did it just land by my feet? Jesus. I guess I hit the side of the railing. I didn't even have to shoot out my decoy. He got melted. And yeah, just like that, the control point was done. And you could do the same strategy for a lot of the control points and stuff like that. Open world activities. Let's go get this cash. I might get an exotic component. Maybe, maybe not. Did I get an exotic component? I don't think so. Lame. You saw that this build definitely hits hard, so let's take a look at it. So for the specialization, I went with sharpshooter, the pestilence, of course. I got the slipner as my secondary. Sidearms, a TI card custom, but could be whatever you want. And for the hard pieces to get, we have the backbone lane mode piece right here, double crit. I have armor on kill. I got another lane mode for the headpiece, double crit with armor on kill. For the chest piece, I have the Walker Harrison Co. double crit, armor on kill. And I have the talent spotter on it. The spotter works well with this build just because when your scouter drone is pulsing them, you don't actually have to shoot them for them to take the extra damage. The pestilence ticks are going to do the extra damage with the spotter as long as they're pulsed. And also weakness exploit is going to apply too. Kneepads, I have another lane mode with critical damage, weapon handling. For the gloves, I have contractor gloves. And the reason why I recommended staying still is because I do have the Sawyer kneepads. They're going to give you a little bit of armor, so you'll have a little bit more survivability. And it comes with a talent stand your ground. So as long as you stay still, you're going to get up to 30% weapon damage. And this is also going to apply to the pestilence ticks. For the skills, I have the technician drone and the decoy. The modifiers, we have overdrive, microwave coils, reaper scan, and critical momentum. But you could change out this critical momentum for something else if you prefer. And here's a quick look at the stats. And here's the defensive stats. That whopping 56,000 armor on kill is going to keep us alive. You don't have to run these armor on kill mods. You could change them out for more critical hit chance if you want. But the whole goal of this build is to stay in one spot and do as much damage with the Pestilence ticks as possible, while not being super squishy if you have like glass cannon or something else like that on. But if you do want to do even more damage, glass cannon is going to hit a lot harder. Just keep in mind you're also going to take the incoming amplified damage. And finally, for the final Pestilence build, this is going to be the hardest one to put together. Some of the pieces are really hard to farm for, but you're definitely going to do the most damage when you're able to run around more freely. I'm going to pulse these guys. I'm going to shoot them. I'll let them be overdrive. Get my instant stacks. Why not? You got to play this build very aggressive to be the most beneficial. You want to kill them before they can start shooting at you. So this is really good for open world activities when you always get to jump on the enemies for the most part, hopefully. And knowing the spawn locations of the waves is going to really help you out with this build. You know what? Let me throw out my decoy because they're about to start shooting at me and I don't want to get shot dead at all with this build. Well, yeah, they went down pretty quick as you saw. This is heroic as well. Get this key. And this is the main build that I ran before the Turmoil Kneepads came out. But I am aware that not everybody has the Turmoil Kneepads because they were a limited drop for the April Fool's event, I believe. And they haven't announced that they're going to re-drop them again for people who didn't get them, kind of like with the Lexington. But I really like this build, especially for team plays as well, missions and stuff like that. The decoy and the pulse is going to really benefit everybody. You're going to constantly apply the amplified damage from the weakness exploit from the pulses when you're overcharged, or when you're in the unstoppable tier or rogue momentum. Your skills are going to be overcharged. You could throw out your decoy as well. It's going to take the aggro. The decoy is also going to pulse them when they target it, so you could apply microwave coils to them as well, giving you a little bit of momentum and setting them on fire possibly. Oh man, the last guy would be hiding up there. Let me pulse him, see if I can set him on fire. Yep. And when you set them on fire when they're behind cover, they'll just stand up and start flailing their arms in the air. Let's get the next wave. Ooh, she was fast. Thank God he got set on fire. He was pressing me. Well, that was pretty slick of her. She did a little roll, then went flying sideways. That was funny. Get that. Now where's the civilian at? Let me get my bounty. And you can see as long as you can get the jump on the enemies, you could kill them pretty quick without worrying about being shot. Now let's go. I guess let's go around this bounty, see how we do with the bounty. It's a little something that's going to be a little bit harder than doing the open world activities. Oh, look at that. We have a little chonga. Let's see how we do. If you shoot them in the cheeks, they don't got armor plates there. Dang. You just melted that chonga. More enemies. Let's shoot them. Send out the pulse. And the pulse is going to really help us build up our momentum, especially when paired with microwave coils. You're going to get 5% per target that's set on fire. And it has a 50% chance to set them on fire up to 4 targets with the microwave coils. Alrighty, we are at the bounty. Let's see how we do. Give them a little pulse. Let them know we're here. We're about to fight the same guy twice for this bounty, it looks like. Nice. I'm going to kill him. He's going to come right back out. But it'd be funny if they're both out at the same time. Ooh. Hello. Decoy out so I don't die. Shoot this guy first. I could get the most amount of Pestilence stacks on him because he's the more tanky. And then the Pestilence stack could start kind of transferring to the other squishier enemies, hopefully. Oop. Shouldn't have ran in front of the door like that. You would have been a-okay. There's that one. So you're definitely going to want to utilize the cover like I am. You don't want to just stand in the doorway like this because you're going to take a lot of damage. Oops, somebody nicked me with a bullet. Felt that one. Here you guys go. Let's see if the decoy works. Yep, you can see the decoy pulsing them and setting them on fire as well. Nice way to get your microwave coil combo off. Oh, good thing he was looking at my decoy, not me. That shotgun would have hurt. He was hiding. Oh, did not see them past that light. Got one more here. What, build up my pestilence stacks on that thing, so I'll transfer to him. Make it easy for me. Alrighty, throw out my decoy. Let them take, that way you could take aggro first. Alright, decoy got the aggro. I'm gonna start doing my work. Send out a pulse. Changa got melted. That was the name Changa too. Ooh. What's up, buddy? Send out a pulse again. Ooh, is that suicide drones? Okay. Let this guy come into frame so that way I don't have to run in the room. Look, I'm fighting the same guy. Oh no, not the same guy twice. They're different. Got him. And then there's the last guy. Pestilence should take care of her now. Yep, Pestilence took care of her for me. This one definitely hits the hardest out of both of the builds, as you can see. That's for sure. Dang, we got another one down there. He about to die just from all the burns. And here's the final build. I got the gunner specialization, Pestilence of course. I have the mop just in case they get too close to me. The TDI card custom for the sidearm, but you can put whatever you want. The orbit's pretty good too. You could get an extra critical hit chance, critical hit damage. For the mask, I got the Night Watcher. That way I could get the 100% scanner pulse haste. More often I could send out the pulses and have enemy pulses. The longer they'll have the weakness to exploit from the overcharged pulses, which gives you 50% amplified damage to enemies that are pulsed. I have Contractor Gloves, Fox's Purse Kneepads. For the first lane piece, I have the Backbone, double crit, critical hit chance. For the chest piece, this is really hard to farm for, but it's another lane-mo. Ideally, you want a double crit. Unfortunately, I was not lucky enough to get a double crit. I gotta pray more to the RNGesus for that one. And I'm rocking Glass Cannon. And for the holster, I have the final piece of the lane-mo. For the first skill, I got the Scanner Pulse. And you can see when the skill's overcharged, it's going to apply the weakness exploit. That's why I keep telling them about doing that amplified damage to them. And for the second skill, I have the Decoy. And when it's overcharged, it's going to get a bunch of buffs. And like when I was saying, when the enemies target the decoy, they're also going to get pulsed. Modifiers are going to be the same: overdrive, microwave coils, Reaper scan, and I have critical momentum. And here's the stats really quick for this loadout: a whopping 80,000 armor and kill. Whoop whoop. Alright, DAGs, let me know what you guys thought about this type of build where I feature 3 different loadouts. And always keep in mind that these are just templates for your builds. You could always mix and match, change out your attributes, change out the talents, put in different pieces. It's not going to be copy paste always. And keep in mind, depending on what kind of content you're doing, it's going to require sometimes a specific build. Either way, let me know which loadout was your favorite and if you play any of them. And if you liked the video, make sure to give it a like and comment below. That's all for now, and just remember, the cheeks won't clap themselves, so get out there and start clapping.